This movie is so dumb and outrageous. Let's do it. Piranha 3D opens up with this fisherman out on a lake. Yes, that is Hooper from Jaws. And suddenly, this earthquake hits underneath the water and causes this whirlpool, which causes him to fall in the water. And he is attacked and eaten by this swarm of prehistoric piranhas that emerge from this crack that happened in the earthquake. So it's spring break in this town, and we meet our main character, Jake. Jake sees this girl, Kelly, in town that he has a crush on. He also meets this guy, Derek, who is in town to film this like Girls Gone Wild type thing. He convinces Jake to take him out on the lake to show him the areas as a local where he can film this movie. Meanwhile, we learn that Jake's mom is the sheriff, and she sets out to find the missing fisherman from the opening, and she finds his very mutilated body in the lake. So the police wonder if they should close the lake, but ultimately she decides not to because it's spring break. Meanwhile, we see another guy who goes into the lake be attacked and killed by the piranhas as well. So Jake is supposed to be babysitting his two younger siblings, but decides he wants to go out and help this guy film this porno instead, so he leaves them alone. And while they're alone, they decide to take this little canoe out on the lake, but they accidentally get stranded at this sandbar. So as he's on the way to Derek's boat, Jake runs into Kelly and convinces her to come with him. They all get on the boat with Derek, his cameraman, and a couple actresses, and they start to film this video. Meanwhile, the sheriff is still trying to figure out what happened to this fisherman, and at this point, she's aware that there was an earthquake under the water. So she hires this team of divers to go investigate, and they find that the fissure that is underneath the lake connects to this prehistoric lake under the lake. It's a lake within a lake, and they find a bunch of piranha eggs. Two of the divers that go down there are attacked by a swarm of piranhas and killed. As the sheriff pulls one of the bodies out of the lake, she finds that there's still one of the piranhas attached to it, so she keeps it in a tank. So they take the piranha to this local retired marine biologist, Carl. Yes, that is Doc Brown. He looks at it and immediately knows that it is like the original piranha, which was thought to be extinct for 2 million years. He hypothesizes that they must have been surviving in this underwater hidden lake by cannibalism. They are extremely aggressive and able to devour their prey in seconds. So Julie and her team understand that they need to evacuate the lake immediately. But when they try to do this, nobody listens because it's spring break. That is until the piranhas start attacking and absolute madness ensues. People start being torn apart. They try to get on the stage for safety, but so many people get on that it tips over. A girl's hair gets caught in a boat propeller and she's scalped. Everybody is ripped apart. It's a bloodbath. We got Ving Rhames out here just taking out all these piranhas with a propeller. It's absolute madness and chaos. He seemingly is killed, but spoiler alert, he doesn't die. He's back in the sequel. Now back with Jake and crew, they have no idea what's going on. They pass the sandbar that his siblings are stuck on, and he sees them and makes the boat go over to get them. They get too close to these rocks, which causes Derek to crash the boat and it starts to flood underneath. So Kelly gets trapped underneath because the piranhas are now all in the water that is flooding the boat. Some of the others fall overboard. One of the actresses gets eaten. Derek is attacked, but they manage to pull him back up on the boat, and his legs are literally just bones. He's alive for a minute, but eventually he dies. So at this point, Jake has called his mom and told them that they're stuck, so she goes out to get them and she finds the boat. Oh, they can't get too close because they'll crash too, so they throw across a rope and attach it to the boat, and everybody has to go across that way. Another actress dies because one of the piranhas gets her by the hair and drags her in. And everybody else makes it across except for Jake because he knows he needs to go save Kelly because she's still stuck. So he unties the rope and ties it to himself and goes down to get her. He pours out some gas and lights a flare and holds on to Kelly while the boat speeds out and pulls them out as the explosion kills all the piranhas around them. So the sheriff, her kids, Kelly, and Novak, who has been helping the sheriff, they're all safe. That is until they get a call from Carl. He informs the sheriff that he has examined this piranha and he has found that it has no reproductive organs, which means that the piranha that they found and the ones that have been devouring people are babies. Novak says out loud to the group, then how big are the adults? And suddenly one jumps out and it's massive and it devours him and the movie ends.